Have you ever felt it? That sudden wave of dread washing over you for no apparent reason. Your heart starts pounding like a drum solo against your ribs, your palms get sweaty, your thoughts start racing, and suddenly, the smallest tasks feel like climbing Mount Everest. It's that feeling of being on high alert, even when you're just sitting on your couch trying to watch a movie. This isn't just a little bit of stress, this is anxiety. And it can feel like an uninvited guest who has overstayed its welcome, rearranging your mental furniture and making a mess of your peace. It shows up unannounced and hijacks your entire system, leaving you feeling powerless and exhausted. This feeling is incredibly common, so if this is you, I want you to know you are not alone. Millions of people around the world experience this exact same thing every single day. They wake up with a knot in their stomach, go through their day with a sense of impending doom, and lie awake at night as their brains refuse to shut off. It's a silent battle that can make you feel isolated, as if everyone else has it all figured out while you're stuck in a state of constant panic. But that's a lie that anxiety tells you. The truth is, what you're feeling is a biological response, and understanding it is the first step toward taking your power back. This experience of anxiety isn't a character flaw or a sign of weakness. Let me repeat that. It is not a sign of weakness. It's your body's alarm system, designed to protect you from danger, going off at the wrong time. Think of it like a smoke detector that's a little too sensitive. It screeches when you're just making toast. Your body is trying to help, but its signals are getting crossed. This misfiring creates a powerful physical and emotional reaction that can be incredibly difficult to control in the moment. The key isn't to get rid of the alarm system entirely, you need it, but to learn how to recalibrate it. The good news is that you don't have to live this way forever. You don't have to let anxiety be the boss of you. There are simple, powerful, and science-backed tools you can use to interrupt this pattern and regain control. You can learn to be the one in the driver's seat again, and it starts right now. So, what is this thing that has so much power over us? It's called the anxiety cycle, and it's a simple, predictable loop. It all starts with a trigger. This trigger can be anything. A thought, a feeling, a physical sensation, or an external situation. Maybe it's the thought of an upcoming presentation at work, a weird pain in your chest, or even just the vague feeling that something is wrong. This trigger is the spark that lights the fuse. It doesn't have to be a big, scary event. Often it's a small internal what-if thought that kicks everything off without you even realizing it. Once that trigger is pulled, your brain immediately perceives a threat. It doesn't matter if the threat is real or imagined. Your brain treats it the same way. It screams, "Danger!" and floods your body with stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. This is your fight or flight response kicking into high gear. Your heart rate increases to pump blood to your muscles, your breathing becomes shallow to take in more oxygen, and your senses sharpen. This is a primitive survival mechanism designed to help you escape a saber-toothed tiger, not deal with a passive-aggressive email from your boss. It's a physical reaction to a perceived danger. Next comes the third, and most crucial part of the cycle. Your reaction. Faced with these overwhelming physical sensations and racing thoughts, your natural instinct is to make them stop. You want to escape the discomfort. This leads to avoidance or safety behaviors. You might leave the crowded grocery store, decide not to send that important email, start endlessly scrolling on your phone to distract yourself, or pour a glass of wine to numb the feeling. These actions are all designed to give you immediate relief from the intense feelings of anxiety. You are essentially doing whatever it takes to run away from the discomfort. And here's the kicker, it works. For a little while at least. When you avoid the trigger, you feel a sense of relief. The intense physical symptoms start to subside, and your racing thoughts might quiet down. This is the final step in the cycle temporary relief. Your brain learns a powerful but incorrect lesson from this experience. It learns that the thing you were worried about was, in fact, dangerous, and that your avoidance behavior is what saved you. This reinforces the entire pattern, making it even more likely that you'll react the same way the next time a similar trigger appears. You've just trained your brain to be more anxious. Let's walk through a real-life example so you can see how this vicious loop keeps you stuck. Imagine you have social anxiety, and you get an invitation to a party. The invitation is the trigger. Instantly your mind floods with what-if thoughts. What if I don't know anyone? What if I say something stupid? What if everyone judges me? These thoughts create a perceived threat. Your brain doesn't distinguish between social rejection and physical danger. To your nervous system, the threat of humiliation feels just as real as a predator lurking in the bushes. The alarm bells start ringing loud and clear, your body responds accordingly, your stomach ties itself in knots, your face feels flushed, and you start to feel a sense of panic rising in your chest. The physical discomfort is intense. To escape this feeling, you engage in an avoidance behavior. You text your friend and make up an excuse. "I'm so sorry, I can't make it, I'm not feeling well." The moment you send that text, you feel a wave of relief wash over you. The knot in your stomach loosens, your heart rate slows down, and you can finally breathe again. This temporary relief feels fantastic in the short term. But what did your brain just learn from this experience? It learned that parties are dangerous, and that staying home is what keeps you safe. You have successfully reinforced the belief that social situations are threatening. The next time you get an invitation, the initial anxiety will likely be even stronger because you've just proven to yourself that your fear was justified. This is how the cycle not only continues but gains strength over time. Each time you avoid, you are casting a vote for a more anxious future. You are building a mental prison, one avoided situation at a time. This can happen with any type of anxiety. If you have health anxiety, the trigger might be a minor headache. The perceived threat is that it's a brain tumor. Your avoidance might be to obsessively Google symptoms for hours or book another doctor's appointment. The temporary relief comes from a reassuring article or the doctor telling you you're fine. But you've just taught your brain that a headache is something to be terrified of, ensuring the next one will send you right back into the same panicked loop. The cycle turns a small worry into a life-disrupting force by rewarding your avoidance. When you're stuck in the anxiety cycle, well-meaning people might tell you to just relax or stop worrying so much. If only it were that simple. Telling someone with anxiety to stop worrying is like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. It's not a matter of willpower, it's a matter of biology and deeply ingrained neural pathways. Your brain has learned through repetition that the cycle of worry and avoidance is what keeps you safe. You are fighting against a powerful, primitive survival instinct that is screaming at you to run away from the perceived danger. The discomfort of anxiety is not just in your head, it's a full-body experience. The racing heart, shortness of breath, dizziness, and nausea are real physical sensations. They are incredibly powerful and convincing. When your body is in full-blown fight or flight mode, it feels like you are in genuine peril. Your brain is telling you that you must do something right now to escape. Trying to sit with that discomfort feels counterintuitive and frankly, terrifying. Furthermore, the temporary relief you get from avoidance is a powerful reinforcer. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. Every time you escape an anxious situation, your brain's reward system releases a little hit of dopamine, congratulating you for surviving. This creates a strong behavioral pattern that becomes automatic over time. You don't even have to think about it anymore. Your brain just defaults to the escape route because it has been rewarded for doing so in the past. Breaking the cycle means willingly forgoing that immediate relief for long-term gain, which is an incredibly difficult choice to make in a moment of panic. This is why traditional logic often fails. Anxiety doesn't operate on logic. It operates in the amygdala, the emotional, primitive part of your brain. Alright, it's time to take your power back. Breaking the cycle doesn't require years of therapy or complicated techniques. You can start interrupting it right now with a simple, 3-step fix you can do in under 5 minutes. The goal is not to eliminate anxiety forever, but to stop the cycle before it gains momentum. The first step is to acknowledge and label. When you feel that first spark of anxiety, don't fight it. Don't push it away. Pause and say to yourself, either out loud or in your head, "I am feeling anxiety." By naming it, you activate your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, and create a small bit of distance between you and the feeling. You are not anxiety. You are a person experiencing anxiety. Step 2 is to anchor yourself in the present. Anxiety lives in the future. It thrives on what-if scenarios. Your job is to bring your brain back to the present moment where you are safe. The easiest way to do this is with your senses. Use the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Look around and name 5 things you can see. Then, name 4 things you can feel. The chair beneath you, your feet on the floor, the texture of your shirt. Name 3 things you can hear. The hum of the air conditioner, a car outside. Name 2 things you can smell. Finally, name 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise forces your brain to focus on the here and now, interrupting the runaway train of worried thoughts. The third and final step is to take one small action. Remember, the cycle is powered by avoidance. To break it, you must do the opposite. You don't have to conquer your biggest fear right now. You just have to take one tiny step forward. If you're anxious about a big project, just open the document. Don't write anything, just open it. If you're scared to go to the party, just put your shoes on. If you're panicking in the grocery store, just walk to the next aisle instead of leaving. This small, defiant action teaches your brain a new lesson. See, the threat wasn't real. I did a small piece of the scary thing, and I survived. This three-step process, acknowledge, anchor, act, is your emergency brake for the anxiety cycle. It's a tool you can use anywhere, anytime, without anyone even knowing you're doing it. The more you practice it, the stronger that new neural pathway becomes. You are teaching your brain that it doesn't have to hit the panic button every time. Change is not only possible, it is inevitable when you take small, consistent actions. You are capable of rewiring your brain. Start today, start now. You have everything you need to begin, right inside of you. You got this.